Sunday, November the 8th, 1959, Fairground Stadium, Flaget versus St. Xavier. This game shaped up to be a defensive struggle with Flaget being given the edge. The Braves had their best ever defensive team, having shut out 5 of 7 opponents and having given up only 3 touchdowns all year. 2 of the touchdowns were scored by unbeaten and eventual state champion Manual, which gave the Braves their only blemish up to that point on an otherwise sparkling 6-1-0 record. Ranked second in the Litkin House behind Manual, Flaget was a 17-point favorite in that poll. The odds makers, however, made them a 2-touchdown favorite over the 12th-ranked Tigers. St. X had had an up-and-down year in posting its 5-3-1 record, playing well against Central and Montgomery Bell of Nashville, but losing badly to Mail and Manual. Flaget came into this game on a high note after its most impressive effort of the year, a 20-0 shutout of previously unbeaten Purcell, marking the first time in 4 tries that the Braves had beaten the Cincinnati team. Flaget fielded an all-senior starting offensive lineup, which included 5 players who would make all-city teams, and 1, Tom Maher, who became a second-team all-stater. A 6-man, Bob Jansing, also made all-city for Flaget, but missed the St. X game with an injury. St. X started 6 seniors, including all-city selectees Bill Weissman and Bobby Spahn. A disappointingly small crowd, estimated at 9,000, witnessed the game. The weather was clear according to the newspapers, although no stadium roof shadow appears on the field. The temperature game time was 50 degrees. The game film used in this video was 33 years old at the time it was copied onto tape. Worn and often faded, it unfortunately is missing several minutes of play, including Flaget's second touchdown just before the end of the first half. Overall, it is estimated to be about 90 to 95% complete. St. X in the white uniforms win the toss and elects to receive. The kick is taken at the St. X 30 and returned 13 yards to the 43. First and 10 at the St. X 43. Mike Cahill's pass is complete to Bobby Spahn, who gains 14 yards. Tackle by Buddy Y. St. X recovers the fumble. First and 10 at the Flaget 43. Mike Cahill recovers his own fumble for a 5-yard loss. Second and 15 at the 47. Bobby Spahn for 7 yards, tackle by Bill Clark. Third and 8 at the 40. Bobby Spahn for 16 yards, tackle by Tim McCall. First and 10 at the 24. Bob Schweitzer for 3 yards, tackle by Ron Michaels. Second and 7 at the 21. Bobby Spahn for 4 yards, tackle by Bill Deweese. Third and 3 at the 17. Bob Schweitzer for 1 yard, tackle by Kenny Lehman. Fourth and 2 at the 16. Mike Cahill for 1 yard, tripped up by John McGill. Flaget takes over on downs. First and 10 at the Flaget 15. Bob Knappel for no gain, tackle by Buddy Lenahan. Second and 10 at the 15. Bob Knappel for 2 yards, tackle by Bill Weissman. Third and 8 at the 17. Tom Maher for 1 yard, tackle by Bill Weissman and Bobby Spahn. Fourth and 7 at the 18. Bill Deweese punts 28 yards to Mike Cahill. Flaget 46. He recovers his own fumble. First and 10 at the Flaget 46. Bobby Spahn for 1 yard, tackle by Bill Deweese and Bob Clark. At this point, there are plays missing from the film. As play resumes, it is first and 10 at the Flaget 34. Bob Schweitzer fumbles and recovers for a 2-yard gain. Tackle by Ken Lehman. 2nd and 8 at the 32. Bobby Spahn for 2 yards. Tackle Denny Fowler, Don Wilder, and George Langford. 3rd and 6 at the 30. Bobby Spahn for 4 yards. Tackle by Bob Knappel, Ken Lehman, and Tim McCall. 4th and 2 at the 26. Bobby Spahn for 1 yard. Tackle by Denny Fowler. Flaget takes over on downs. First and 10 at the 25. Buddy White for 1 yard. Tackle by Bill Hornbeck. 2nd and 9 at the 26. Tom Maher passes 15 yards to John O'Daniel. Tackled by Tom Borders. 1st and 10 at the 41. Bob Knappel for 3 yards. Tackled by Mike Cahill and Mike Murphy. 2nd and 7 at the 44. Tom Maher for 12 yards, tackled by Mike Cahill. There's an offsides penalty on Flaget. 2nd and 12 at the 39. Tom Maher fumbles, and St. X recovers. First and 10 at the Flaget 35. Mike Cahill's pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Richard Horning for 11 yards. Tackled by Bill DeWeese. First and 10 at the 24. Bobby Spahn dives for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 at the 19. Richard Horning for 3 yards, tackled by Dennis Riggs. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, St. X 0, Flaget 0. It will be 3rd and 2 at the Flaget 16. There are plays missing from the film. As play resumes, it will be 1st and 10 at the Flaget 13. Bobby Spahn for 2 yards, tackled by Bob Knappel. 2nd and 8 at the 11. Bobby Spahn for 3 yards, tackled by Bob Knappel. 3rd and 5 at the 8. Mike Cahill's pass intended for Bobby Spahn is incomplete. 4th and 5 from the 8. Bobby Spahn will attempt a field goal. The kick is no good. Flaget takes over at the 20. Bob Knappel for 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at the 22. Buddy Y for 13 yards, tackled by Richard Horning. 1st and 10 at the 35. Tom Maher's pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Tom Maher passes 34 yards to Buddy Y. Tackle by Bobby Spahn. 1st and 10 at the St. X 32. Bill Deweese for 4 yards. Tackle by Andy Murphy. 2nd and 6 at the 28. Lenny Ansert loses 4 yards. Tackle by Buddy Lenahan. 3rd and 10 at the 32. Bill Deweese for 10 yards. Tackle by Bobby Spahn. 4th and inches at the 22-yard line. Bill Deweese for 1 yard. Tackle Buddy Lenahan and Ken Lally. 1st and 10 at the 21. Buddy Y for 7 yards. Tackle by Mike Cahill. 2nd and 3 at the 14. Lenny Ansert for 11 yards. Tackle by Bobby Spahn. 1st and goal at the 3. Buddy Y for 3 yards and the touchdown. The drive covers 80 yards on 11 plays. Scores St. X 0, Flaget 6. John McGill's extra point is good. The score is St. X 0, Flaget 7. 5:42 remain in the first half. There are plays missing from the film. As play resumes, 4:52 remains in the first half. It's 1st and 10 at the Flaget 21. Paul Downard for 5 yards, tackled by Kenny Lehman and Bob Knappel. 2nd and 5 at the 16. Bob Schweitzer for no gain, tackled by Kenny Lehman and Bob Knappel. 3rd and 5 at the 16. Paul Downard for 1 yard, tackle Kenny Lehman and Ron Michaels. 4th and 4 from the 15. Mike Cahill's pass to Marty Brown is incomplete. Flaget takes over 1st and 10 at the Flaget 15. Buddy Y for 6 yards, tackled by Richard Horning. There's a penalty on Flaget. First and 15 from the 10. Bill Deweese for 1 yard, tackled by Mike Murphy. 2nd and 14 from the 11. Bob Knappel for 6 yards, tackled by Richard Horning. Third and 8 from the 17. Tom Maher's pass to John McGill is incomplete. 4th and 8 from the 17. Bill Deweese punch to Mike Cahill, tackled by Ron Michaels. First and 10 at the Flaget 42. Mike Cahill's pass to Ed Wise is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Mike Cahill's pass is intercepted by Buddy Y at the Flaget 25. He returns 7 yards, tackled by Paul Downard. 1:10 remain in the first half. 1st and 10 at the Flaget 32. Tom Maher's pass to Lenny Ansert is incomplete. It's 2nd and 10 at the 32. There are plays missing from the film. As play resumes, it's St. X ball at the St. X 43. Mike Cahill loses 7 yards, tackle Ron Michaels and Bob Clark. The ball is at the St. X 36. Ed Wise for 2 yards, tackled by Dennis Riggs and Don Michaels. And that's the end of the first half with the score St. X 0, Flaget 14. Plays missing near the end of the first half include a 68-yard pass from Tom Maher to John McGill for Flaget's second touchdown. John McGill also kicked the extra point to complete the first half scoring. St. X kicks off to start the second half. Buddy White takes the ball at the Flaget 15 and goes 85 yards for the touchdown. The score is St. X 0, Flaget 20. John McGill will attempt the extra point. Tim McCall will hold. The kick is good, and the score is St. X 0, Flaget 21. 11:41 remain in the third quarter. Flaget kicks off. The ball is taken at the St. X 15 and returned 24 yards to the 39. Tackled by Denny Fowler and Don Michaels. 1st and 10 at the 39. Bob Schweitzer for 3 yards, tackled by Don Wilder. 2nd and 7 at the 42. Paul Downard for 4 yards, tackled by George Langford. 3rd and 3 at the 46. Bob Schweitzer falls for no gain. 4th and 3 at the 46. Tom Borders punts. There are plays missing from the film. It's 2nd down at the Flaget 13. Tom Maher for 4 yards, tackle Buddy Lenahan. 3rd down at the 12. Tom Maher for 2 yards, tackled by Buddy Lenahan. 4th down at the 14. Bill DeWeese punts for 30 yards. The ball is down by John McGill. 1st and 10 St. X at the Flaget 44. Bob Schweitzer for 3 yards, tackled by Bob Knappel and Denny Fowler. 2nd and 7 at the 41. Bob Schweitzer for 2 yards, tackle John McGill. 3rd and 5 at the 39. Mike Cahill passes 19 yards to Andy Murphy, tackled by Tim McCall. 1st and 10 at the 20. Bobby Spahn for 4 yards, tackled by Bob Clark and Buddy Y. 2nd and 6 at the 16. Paul Downard for 6 yards, tackled by Bill DeWeese and Bob Clark. 1st and 10 at the 10. Bobby Spahn for 3 yards, tackled Don Wilder and Dennis Riggs. 2nd and 7 at the 7. Mike Cahill's pass is deflected by Dennis Riggs. 3rd and 7 at the 7. Richard Chaffleen for 3 yards, tackled by Don Michaels. 4:02 remain in the 3rd quarter. The score is St. X 0, Flaget 21. It's 4th and 4 from the 4-yard line. Bobby Spahn for 3 yards, tackled by John McGill, Bill DeWeese, and Buddy Y. Flaget takes over. 1st and 10 at the 1-yard line. The snap is mishandled, fumbled. Mike Murphy recovers for the St. X touchdown. Controversy ensues. Flaget was offsides and contended that the whistle blew before the snap. The extra point is mishandled. The score remains St. X 6, Flaget 21. 3:22 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The St. X kickoff is taken at the Flaget 19 by Buddy Y. He returns 16 yards to the Flaget 35. Tackled by Bobby Spahn. There's a penalty on Flaget. It's 1st and 10 at the Flaget 15. Tom Maher loses 1 yard, tackled by Andy Murphy. 2nd and 11 at the 14. Tom Maher for 4 yards, tackled by Bobby Spahn and Tom Borders. 3rd and 7 at the 18. Plays are missing from the film as play resumes at the Flaget 46. Bill DeWeese for 19 yards, tackled by Richard Horning and Bobby Spahn. First and 10 at the St. X 37. Buddy Y loses 2 yards, tackled by Mike Cahill. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score St. X 6, Flaget 21. 2nd and 12 at the St. X 39. Tom Maher's pass to Don Michaels is incomplete. 3rd and 12 from the 39. Tom Maher's pass to John McGill is incomplete. Flaget was offsides. The penalty is declined. 4th and 12 from the 39. Tom Maher passes 11 yards to Bill DeWeese, tackled by Buddy Linehan. Play is short of the first down. St. X takes over. First and 10 from the St. X 29. Mike Cahill for 3 yards, tackled by Kenny Lehman, Don Wilder, Don Michaels, and George Langford. 2nd and 7 at the 32. Mike Cahill passes for 15 yards, tackled by Bill DeWeese, Bob Knappel, and Ron Michaels. First and 10 at the 47. A reverse, Paul Downer to Bobby Spahn, loses 2 yards, tackled by Bob Knappel and Ron Michaels. 2nd and 12 at the 45. Bob Schweitzer for 1 yard, tackled by Ken Lehman, Bill Furlong, George Langford, and Ron Michaels. 3rd and 11 at the 46. Mike Cahill's pass is incomplete. 4th and 11 from the 46. Tom Borders punts 31 yards to Lenny Answer. He returns for 3 yards. First and 10 at the Flaget 26. Tom Maher for 7 yards, tackled by Mike Murphy and Ken Lally. Second and 3 at the 33. Lenny Ansert for 4 yards, tackled by Ken Lally. First and 10 at the 37. Tom Maher for 1 yard, tackled by Andy Murphy. It'll be second and 9 at 38. At this point, plays are missing from the film. When play resumes, the ball is at the Flaget 48. Tom Maher laterals to Bob Kenapple. He fumbles and recovers for a gain of 6 yards. The ball is at the St. X 44. Tom Maher for 18 yards, tackled by Bobby Spahn and Tom Borders. First and 10 at the St. X 28. Bill DeWeese fumbles and recovers for a gain of 2 yards. Second and 8 at the 26. Tom Maher for 2 yards, tackled by Mike Murphy. Third and 6 at the 24. Tom Maher's pass is incomplete. Fourth and 6 at the 24. Tom Maher's pass to Buddy Y is incomplete. First and 10 at the St. X 24. Bobby Spahn for 9 yards, tackled by Bob Clark. Second and 1 at the 33. Mike Cahill loses 1 yard, tackled by Bob Clark, Don Michaels, and John McGill. Third and 2 at the St. X 32. Mike Cahill's pass loses 2 yards, tackled by Bill DeWeese and Bob Kenapple. Fourth and 4 at the 30. Tom Borders' punt for 52 yards is down by Jim Casillo. First and 10 at the Flaget 28. Rick Norton now quarterbacking. Rick Norton loses 11 yards, tackled by Joe Rhodes. Second and 21 from the 17. Tom Maher passes to Lenny Ansert. Ansert breaks free and is tackled off the bench by Joe Mudd at the Flaget 47. Flaget is awarded a touchdown. The play covers 83 yards, the drive covers 72 yards in 2 plays. The extra point by McGill is good. The score is St. X 6, Flaget 28. 58 seconds remain in the game. Flaget kicks off. The ball is taken at the St. X 13 and returned 21 yards. First and 10 at the St. X 33. Richard Chaffleen for 3 yards, tackled by John Schmidt. Four seconds remain in the game. It's second and 7 at the 36. The film ends before the last play of the game. The final score, Flaget 28, St. X 6.